What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Wells Fargo and Company with the ticker symbol WFC. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who are already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So Wells Fargo is inside of a uptrend. You can see it's a kind of a weak uptrend, but it's still an uptrend nonetheless. And Wells Fargo recently had its earnings back on January 14th, and it looks like it was pretty good. Looks like they exceeded expectations. However, it doesn't matter because the technicals can tell you where the price was going. You can see that the earnings were, or the price action was far away from the EMA, and then even after good earnings, the price started to pull back right to the EMA because we were super extended from it. So the technicals pretty much tell you where prices are going, even if earnings are coming. Sometimes you can be surprised, but most of the time it wouldn't be a surprise. So let's take a look at the chart. And like I said before, let's go and throw some channels on here that price is respecting, and they're going to be pointing up because the EMA is pointing up. So I see this channel in play for Wells Fargo. It looks like every time we came to the lower side of this channel or this trend line, we got a bounce. And if I just drag this up, I believe this could be the new all-time, this could be the resistance point for the channel. Before, it looks like it was over here, but then price action overshot it, so maybe it's just higher up. So I'll just leave it right there for now. Let's take a look at some more channels. You can see that there was another little spiking channel in play right here. Let's go ahead and make this one orange. So there was a spike up and then a channel in play, then prices sold off, and we could possibly be inside of another one right here. So those are the three channels that are in play. We have the major one, we have a micro one, and kind of a median one. So I think the bullish signs are there on the chart for Wells Fargo. It looks like we could potentially retest this previous high at the $58, $59 level. So that's where I think we can go, and maybe even get a double test of the upper side of this channel, the green one. So that's where I'm thinking prices can go. However, we are getting a little far away from the EMA. So there is a bullish case, a bearish case as well, especially since you can see that price action made a two-legged correction. This was the first leg up. Price action retraced, and then it made the second leg up. And that's pretty much exactly right where prices stop. Pretty much right to the point, right to the tick. So whenever we get that, especially if we had a previous leg down that was large, this could be the center of the pattern, and we could retrace back to the 49.52 level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do that either, especially since it looks like there's a gap right here that could be filled, and it's at the lower side of the channel. So we can't really rule that out either. But even if we do get that, I'm still expecting higher prices just because the major trend is up, and that will usually help push prices higher and higher. So either we're going to go directly to my target, which is at the $59, $60 level, and get a second test of this resistance side of the channel, or we're going to fall back down first to fill in this gap, maybe get a bounce from the support side before continuing higher. So that's the two possibilities that can play out. I don't like how Friday kind of closed bearish. You can see that this isn't really a strong bullish candle. These are strong bullish candles because they're really green, and it shows kind of like a reversal. This one is kind of like indecision, so we kind of might be losing steam here. But it could just also be a short trap to entice short sellers to enter the market, because they might be thinking we'll get this second leg down, but we could get a bounce from this channel right here, the orange one, and just continue higher. So we'll have to wait and see. Let me zoom out on the chart a little bit more. You can see that there is this measured move that could potentially play out for Wells Fargo. This large one right here, this will be the first leg up, and we could be potentially in the process of making the second leg up. and the target I have for Wells Fargo in the long term is the $68-$69 level. So there's a possibility to reach that eventually. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year or next year, but technically it is possible unless something drastically changes. Let me show you guys one last thing on the daily chart. You can see that during the earnings or after the earnings, we did pull back to prior resistance, and it has turned into support, because you can see that this was kind of like a ceiling right here. Price action got rejected here, a couple times here, and then there was a massive rally. Prices pulled back to the prior resistance, found some type of support, so we could be forming some type of floor, and I wouldn't be surprised if price action comes back to it one more time to get some type of double test before continuing higher. So there's a couple things I could play out for Wells Fargo, but either way, I'm still bullish in the long term. Either we get that correction back to the downside before continuing higher, or we can continue higher right now. We won't know until it happens, but that's my analysis on the daily chart. So let's go and wrap it up on the weekly chart. So here's the weekly chart for Wells Fargo, and you can see that we are in a spike in channel. A spike in channel is when prices spike up or thrust up or rally up like this inside of this channel, and then go inside of a flatter channel. So that's the spike, and this is the channel. Normally when prices are moving at a aggressive angle, it usually will flatten out because this is kind of unsustainable. Even for the downside, this was unsustainable and prices started tapering off. You can see previously back here in 2020. So nothing really moves in straight lines in the markets. Eventually it's gonna flatten out or reverse. So we have a spike in channel right here. I don't really see any signs of weakness. If this is the prior high side of the range, the channel, then this could be a bad sign, because this could be a breakout side of the channel, which can lead to a breakout side here. However, I don't think that's it. I'm leaning more towards that we just need to adjust it a little bit higher, because that also fits the price action. So if we have that, then there's still plenty of upside potential. Even if we do break outside of this orange channel, we could retest the previous high. Let me zoom out a little bit more, and you can see that Wells Fargo was inside of a previous range for a very long time, and now we came back inside of that range. So since we came back inside of this range, I'm expecting price action to probably get a breakout side, this time on the upper side. So here you can see that there was a massive down move outside of the green channel or range. So I'm expecting higher prices and to exceed the previous all-time high levels. And you can see that there's a gap right here that could be filled, which is right at the $65 level. If Wells Fargo can reach that gap will be filled. And I think the momentum that Wells Fargo is currently having, it's enough to probably break through this resistance level at the $60 level. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm expecting Wells Fargo to reach that bigger measured move that I had on the daily chart. Let me show you guys one more time on the weekly chart. So this is the measured move that I have for Wells Fargo, which is right at the $68 level. So that would give it a new all-time high. At the current pace that Wells Fargo is moving, let's just say it stays inside of this channel. How long will it take to reach that price? Probably beginning or end. So end of this year or beginning of 2023 looks like possible at the same angle. If we do move at a flatter angle or more steeper, then obviously those time estimates need to be adjusted. But that's the time and the price target I have for Wells Fargo, but that can change pretty much next month. Let's just say we find resistance at the $60 level and we start selling off and never come back. Well, then obviously that target is not accurate anymore. Let me show you guys one last thing. You can see that this stock or Wells Fargo has been around for a very long time, and I can see the price action all the way back to pretty much the late 60s. So I can even do analysis back then, because the price works the same way. So you can see back here in 1999 or even early 2000, I can do technical analysis on the chart. You can see that this is kind of a slow grind up, and there are resistance and support levels here as well. Let's just go ahead and throw it on here. You can see that there's some type of channel working right here, maybe a little bit steeper, maybe something like this. This is holding prices pretty well, and you can see that that's fitting pretty good. Every time prices came to the lower side of this channel, it bounced prices higher, and every time prices came to the upper side, it pushed prices lower to the lower side or the support. But I'm just showing you that even technical analysis works back then, because it's the same, pretty much same chart. Let me just drag it up. So this channel, this spike in channel, was in play for a very long time for Wells Fargo, since 1997 all the way to 07. This is like a decade long channel, so it was holding prices pretty well, and that's very bullish. So is this spike in channel going to be that long? Well, maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see, but that's pretty much my targets for Wells Fargo, and I guess we'll leave it right there. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since it might be a surprise on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also, share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.